Hello, my dear Mystique Souls. How are all of you? For those of you who will be celebrating Diwali, I wish all of you a very happy Diwali ahead. In today's reading, we will be seeing what blessings are coming towards you during this Diwali. This reading will be exclusively focused on your love life, so we will also, in a way, uncovering what blessings are coming for you for your love life. Okay, so we have three piles to choose from in today's reading, and in this reading, I will actually be shuffling cards and giving out the reading, and everything will be in front of you on camera. So I may not be actually literally be shuffling the cards in front of the camera because I am conducting the reading in a very small space, but I will be doing everything live here in front of you. Okay, so this is like a little change that I incorporated from my previous readings. Okay, so the piles that you have to choose from are Queen of Clubs, the Queen of Diamonds, and finally the Queen of Spades. Do not worry if you have not been able to see the cards clearly. I will put up the screenshot and the timestamp will be there in the description box. So you can go to that screenshot. I request you to pause the video there, meditate on the piles and pick one pile. Now in case you feel drawn to two piles, then you are very free to do so, and in case you feel that your reading is like your messages are there in all of these files, then you can also go ahead and listen to the entire video if you have got the time for that as well. All the timestamps for each pile will be there in the description box. Once you're done picking up your pile, go to the description box and from there pick up the timestamp for your pile and enjoy your reading. I do hope that all the messages that have come up in today's reading resonate with you and they give you essential guidance for your love life. So that's all for now that I had to say in the intro. Let's move on to your reading. Hello, my dear Mystic Souls. Welcome to your reading for all of you who have chosen pile 1, that is this image of Queen of Clubs. Okay, so let's see from tarot what is your current situation. After that, we will see what are the changes coming into your current situation, what blessings are coming towards you, what guidances that you have, and how will your life change after this Diwali. So, let's begin with the reading. Okay, all right. So, the first card is for your current situation. You have got the Empress. Then we have for you the Three of Swords and the Four of Cups. Okay. So what I see for you, my dear pile 1, is that in your love life, in your romantic relationships, like everything was going on well until there began a phase where you started feeling like something is off. Like maybe your partner just couldn't give you enough time in the relationship, or like suddenly he or she always started reporting like they are busy with their work and they stopped answering your phone call, or maybe just it was like you felt like your relationship lost the charm and the spice that it had previously. And one thing started leading to the other, and then you had a heartbreak. Like for some of you, it may be a literal divorce, and you perhaps have just been through, you have just finished with your legal battle, and everything has been sorted now. And for those of you who were not actually in a marital relationship, perhaps you just broke off your relationship with your significant other. But it was also a relationship that like you were heavily invested in, like you were really emotionally invested in that relationship. It was really something serious for you. I'm not talking of those relationships where it was like I am with the person but I'm not sure of this move at all, or I'm just in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship because maybe all my friends are in a relationship. No, this was that kind of a relationship for you where you like literally saw your future with that person. You literally planned of getting old with the person together, but this relationship no longer exists in your life. You are perhaps in your single stage. But the good part is that after all of this drama ended in your life, currently you are not only healing from that, you are literally nurturing yourself and planning to move on in your life. You have completely accepted the fact that whatever happened perhaps had to happen, and so it happened. Now just let's close the chapter and let's move on. That's really very good of you, my dear pile one, because sometimes what people do is when they are in a sad state, they just keep on reading the same chapter of their life again and again, or they just keep playing the same scenes in their head again and again, and then in their life they tend to attract similar things. But for you, you are like, okay, I have had a very rough past. There may have been someone who has cheated on me. Somehow the relationship perhaps didn't work, although I wanted it to work, but maybe it was the divine wish that it didn't work. And now I need to move on. Now, since it's about love and relationship, there is a specific message that I get which may resonate with some of you. It may not be the case for all of you, that some of you had to break off from this relationship when you are like literally pregnant now. And perhaps your immediate society was putting on a lot of pressure on you to stay back because of your current situation. Perhaps you belong to that kind of a society where if a woman is pregnant and becomes a mother, then it becomes very hard for her to be completely on her own back again, be independent back again because of the societal mindset, etc. But you are like, if I can nurture a child inside my body completely on my own, because my husband could have been a part of this journey, but or my partner could have been a part of this journey, but since they're not with me and I'm nurturing my baby inside my body totally on my own, after giving birth, I can raise my child on my own as well. This is a very brave and bold step, my dear Pile 1. And if there is no one with you, my love, prayers, and support goes out to you. Sometimes in life, walking away from a toxic relationship in order to give your child a better future is the best gift that you can give to your child, rather than just staying in a toxic relationship, wishing it that your child will have a father, only for your child to grow up with a trauma. It's indeed a brave move, and do not let anybody hold you back. So, this is about your current situation, my dear pile one. Now, let's see what are the changes coming your way, what are the blessings coming your way, and how your life will shape up after this period of Diwali. Now, because I'm doing a reading in a small space, I will be removing the cards for the present situation and put it in here so that I can place the remaining cards to have greater focus on camera. Okay, I'm not taking them away from the screen but just pulling them down. Now let's see what changes and blessings are coming your way, my dear pile one. I thank the universe for giving me these messages and helping me for channeling them to you. It does mean a lot to me. Okay, wow. The first change is Wheel of Fortune, Devil, the second change, okay. Third is Six of Cups. Alright, I'll keep it here so that all the cards can be visible on screen. So, the message is that first of all, you will be like in complete acceptance of your personal history. You will not have a tinge of sorrow or a tinge of regret in you. You will have completely undergone your healing process and you will be evolving into a brand new person in your life, which is very great. Alongside, you will be also like, well, the things that have happened with me, it's not like I'm the only person on this earth who perhaps have had to face all these things. There are many others out there like me. You will be integrating all your personal experiences in your present times, good, bad, whatever it is, and you will be taking insight from them. Perhaps many of you would be starting your own business here with the devil card here as a blessing. It means that, and with everything put on in the reading, I get a channel message that perhaps many of you would be starting your business, which would be about some sensual stuff, or which may be about perhaps you have your own sense of fashion, which is completely different from the rest. It can be anything from like gothic style or something that has perhaps a taboo associated with whatever part of the world you live in, but that is your way of telling your story to the world. So you will now be actually reaching out to your target people, and you will be telling your story through your craft, which will have an element of sensuality to it. Whatever it is, I do not know, but it is your life situation. You will better understand how to interpret this message with your life. Some of you can be like you have a particular fascination for a fragrance. So maybe you start your own scent line. Okay, some of you may love a specific aroma of food, so you may like start cooking, incorporating that aroma in your recipes, and that can become like a huge hit. But there is some element of sensuality that you would be incorporating in your life and expressing yourself in a way which like the world has never seen before, which is definitely not going to be harmful, but people are definitely going to be tempted towards you because of your confidence, because of your glow, because of your charisma, like whatever it is. If you are a YouTube star maybe, then a lot of people are going to be tempted towards your shows just because they feel that they completely resonate with their life as well. Maybe you just start telling your own personal story on YouTube, and a lot of people start feeling like, hey, this person is just talking about my life. Whatever the person says, it completely resonates with me. Let's listen to that. It can also be that. And the biggest of all blessing is that sometimes there are people who complain that I had everything in the right place. I just wish there was a little bit of luck. So now, my dear Mystic Souls, Lady Luck, or however you view it, is gonna be completely with you. Times are gonna change for you. You will be getting happiness that you haven't even imagined is gonna come for you. Okay, so your life is gonna be way better than what it is today, and you are gonna get all these rewards because you have completely accepted the challenges that life threw at you, and you have like completely successfully grown out as a better person from that. You have not shied away from the challenges, you have faced them bravely, and you are going to emerge victorious with amazing rewards that the universe is going to put in your path. Now that we have seen the changes and the blessings that are coming for you, let's see through the final cards, how is your life gonna change after this? Where are you gonna be? And here we will also try to get a sneak peek into what kind of new relationships perhaps are gonna enter into your life, and also about if this is the right time for you to enter into a relationship. Okay, I thank the universe for the messages. Let's see. Oh my god. Your card just popped out of the pile and flew. So we have the first card, we have got the world. So how's the life gonna change, and is there any specific guidance for you if it's the right time for you to enter into a relationship? Although I think I already got the answer, but I will still pick up three more cards. Okay, cool. First of all, one advice that I get for you is that it may be a possibility that you usually plan on dating only in your closed circle. You're like that kind of a person where you think that I need to be within my circle of people, like within my community of people, and only then I will be happy. Like what I get is that you have specific idea of love and romance in your life. So you need to change that because it is possible that the person with whom you're genuinely happy lives far away from you. I get this message that your next romantic partner possibly would be from a long distance. And what I do get is like a story that you having accepted your past completely, you start your own business line, you launch it, and then you're online, and then you suddenly need investors in order to expand your business. And that's when you're pitching, and among them, there you find your partner who is gonna bring in not just wealth in terms of capital into your business, but also wealth of happiness into your life. No matter what you start, you will be victorious in this time. Wow. I'm just so happy that it seems like I completely lost words. So it's like you'd feel like, oh, whatever past history I had, I do not regret it because if that wouldn't have been a shocker for me, then perhaps I wouldn't have ever walked on this new path, new life. And today I would not have been with my Prince Charming. The person who is going to come into your life is going to be very loyal to you, very caring for you. But the message and the guidance is that please do not shy off from that partner, even if he is not from your ethnicity or your background. For example, it may be possible that you're from, say, for example, you're from India and your partner is from, say, some European country. They will definitely have their different ways of life and different thoughts and perception about a lot of things. So just because of those differences, do not shy off. It also may be that, say, for instance, you are Christian and your partner is Buddhist. So do not let all of these differences come into way because this person who is going to come into your life next is actually going to be your soulmate. Okay, with that person, you're going to spend an amazing life together. So, these are the messages that I get for you, my dear Pile 1, and I'm really happy to make this reading for you. I hope that these messages have given you the necessary guidance that you were looking forward to. And the most important feedback that I can derive from this reading is to give you a confirmation that you are heading in the right path. And also a guidance that at times you really need to look out of your horizon, out of your comfort zone, because there is where your real happiness lies. So that's all for today. Do stay tuned and subscribe to this channel so that when I put up my next reading, you can be immediately notified about it, especially if you hit the bell icon. So that's all for now. I do wish you a very happy Diwali coming up and a very happy life overall. See you again in my next reading. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Hello, my dear Pile 2 Mystic Souls. For those of you who have picked up this Queen of Diamonds, here is your reading. So let's begin. It will take me a while shuffling the cards. So the first thing that we will do is see your current situation. After that, we will see what are the changes and the blessings which are coming for you. And finally, we will see like if there is any specific guidance for you, whether you should be dating now or you shouldn't be dating now. What are any other messages about your love life and your life situation in general that we can get using tarot? So first of all, what's my dear pile 2 Mystic Souls current situation like? Okay, we have got the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and one more card, please. Okay, now your cards just want to pop out. Just one more card. Okay, and the Two of Swords. All right. My dear mystic souls who have picked this pile too, I see that currently in your life, you are like, you have two choices in front of you, and you need to make a decision, and you have to pick only one. And if you pick one, then there are high chances that you have to sabotage the other one, and you are perhaps not very sure about which path you should be taking. I see that for many of you, maybe your current focus was on building a very strong, stable family for yourself. You really wanted to, like, perhaps plan a baby with your partner, or like maybe there have been some, like, you have perhaps married into a household where there is a huge emphasis on women playing a certain part or conducting certain activities within the home. And like, after a lot of arguments and misunderstandings, perhaps now there was this zone of stability, and you have also perhaps decided that, okay, now I will just focus on my home front. And it may also be like you had have perhaps arguments with your partner, but now finally things were getting good. But suddenly there comes a communication. Like, perhaps you also work in an MNC like your partner, and your arguments were mostly about the fact that you both couldn't give each other enough time. But now finally you both have, like, worked out on some sort of compromise. But then now in your career you get this amazing opportunity to go in a senior position in a foreign country. You perhaps since your childhood have always dreamt of living a life in a foreign country, but you are at this point where if you make a decision to go, you actually sabotage a lot of things in your life. Or maybe perhaps your partner is a very supportive one, but if you go, your in laws would see that as a very negative action, and that might create a lot of problems in your family. Or maybe you have just given birth to your baby, but your position right now is not such that you can also take your child along with you. So you have to leave your child behind with your family members, and this is making your heart ache because you're just feeling the pain of, uh, even though it hasn't occurred yet, but you still in your heart feel the pain of being away from your child. And this is the reason why, while one side of yours wants to say that I want to take this opportunity, whatever it has come, but the other side of you also wants to stay back. And so you're like, you're not able to decide which one to take and what to leave. So that's your current situation. So let's see if this reading can help you get some insights and help you in this decision making. So now we will see what changes, what blessings are coming your way, and then finally the guidance about pursuing those blessings. Okay. Okay. But the good part is that I don't see like many of you having to deal with fake relationships. Here, I see that many of you are in actual genuine relationships, not like your partner is not somebody who is willing to cheat on you on certain matters. Both are willing to work things out, but it's just that the timing is not right, or maybe both of you have such high ego which is coming in between. With okay, so well, the first change is gonna be Ace of Swords. Okay. Chariot. One more card. This card just popped out. Okay. Wow, so there is some good news for you, my dear pile 2. So, what does it say? The blessings that are coming for you is that you're gonna sit through and make such an amazing, brilliant plan, and you're gonna put in a lot of disciplined effort to execute your plan, which is eventually gonna make you victorious, and you will be moving forward. Okay, what I will do is I'll remove the cards from the previous stuff a little low so that I can put all the emphasis here. So the current situation card is here, and this is your present situation. Like the changes in the guidance coming forward for you. Okay, so the good news is that whatever situation is there with you, you're gonna, first of all, you're gonna sit and you're gonna think things through and you're gonna come up with a very wise plan. You will be able to choose one path of the two. But the good news is that you will not have to leave anything behind. Maybe in your current situation, things in your life right now are such that you feel that if I go abroad, I have to leave this behind and I'll have to just take one thing forward. But maybe there are certain things which you are not seeing. Maybe there are certain options that you are not seeing. Say, for example, if you have just given birth to your child, it may be that your company does have a policy of allowing new mothers to relocate along with their kid, and your company offshore has got an alliance with some sort of daycare center where uh, your other colleagues may be leaving their child in their care while they are off to work. And that is a reliable center, so you don't need to worry about because it is tied up with your company. So almost all of your colleagues are doing that. But currently, because you do not know about it, you feel threatened by the thought of leaving your child behind and you feeling very painful about it. Maybe it is also possible that you may have this option of relocating along with your partner. So perhaps your partner's skills, maybe your partner has certain skills which he hasn't shared with you yet, and they would be in huge demand in that new place, but you don't know about them yet. And mostly, I get this message that there is a lack of knowledge which would be revealed to you in due course, which will help you in efficient planning. And you will put in a lot of disciplined effort from your side, and the universe will help you in making all of these disciplined efforts, and finally you will be like emerging victorious out of the situation. Like currently, whatever it is which is making you feel like if I choose one I'll have to leave the other one, it will not be like that. When you move outside, say for instance, you're moving outside and your in-laws are like, why are you going, you'd be leaving every one of us behind. But it can be a possibility that you go there and within a year you also make sure that a lot of young kids from your family get this opportunity to go and study abroad. Because of you, they do not even have to incur this huge hostel fees, because usually hostel fees outside can be very high. But because of you, they do not have to pay that, and that is the reason why instead of hating you, now your in laws love you. You can also take them there abroad, and they also get to see a different sphere of life, and that broadens their horizon a lot. So, all of these possibilities can be there. But right now, maybe in your current situation, you're not seeing them, but eventually, the blessings and the changes that is coming for you is that you will be seeing them. Okay, now let's see what more guidance can I get for you. And specifically, I think that this file is not for the singles. So let's see what messages I get about whether, say, for example, if you are in a very troubled relationship, should you leave it and move on to your destination, or should you stay? Let's see if we can find all of them. Okay. Okay. So the first action is Six of Cups. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. All right. Okay, I will just pick one more card as a clarifier. Temperance. Just as a what I had thought. Okay. So the message that I get for you is, for some of you, Even though it's like you have been in a committed relationship and it's not like your partner does not love you. But at times, you know what? You need to make a very hard decision of leaving because perhaps you both are just so incompatible with each other, which you had not realized while you were entering into this relationship. And let anyone say anything because at the end of the day, you are the person who's going to live with that person, and it's you who is going to face all of the nitty gritties of the relationship. So, no matter what one says, it is time for you to finally let go and make a decision towards your career life. Okay, because sometimes the best gift that we can give to ourselves and the people around us is to say goodbye. Oftentimes, people feel that that is the worst thing that they are doing, but sometimes that is something that they really need for themselves. You need to discover yourself back again, and you cannot afford to leave your career. In fact, this message is for everyone who has chosen this pile. This is not the time to say goodbye to your career. You have to make your career a priority at this point of time in your life. Okay? But for some of you, if it's like you're fighting literally every single day with your partner and there doesn't seem to be any compromise in here, then maybe it's time to say goodbye. All right? But for the remaining of you, the message is that you just need to look back into your past and, like, both of you, even if you have been like in argument with your partner, but it is not an argument in your relationship, it is an argument with your partner because of someone else. You really need to look into your relationship, into the nitty gritties of everything, and you have to figure out certain ways to make it work out. Okay, there is this message of from this temperance card. The message that I get here is that it's the time for you to find a way to make both the things happen simultaneously. Just like the examples I gave you, that at this point perhaps you do not know about that daycare center in your office, in the new location, and that's the reason why you are thinking that I have to leave behind my baby. But maybe there are complete provisions of supporting young mothers or people who have just given birth to take their babies along with them and leave them in a safe place while they're working. Also, perhaps you can figure out certain ways that if you go there, you can bring a lot of people with you also to go abroad. Or maybe your partner thinks that his spouse would be so away from him or her. So, what, like, how would this long distance thing even work? But then perhaps there is something in your past, maybe your partner's skill which he has left behind, or maybe like there are certain things that you have done in the past which can give an inspiration to carry on in the present situation. But no matter what you do, please do not leave behind your career. Please make a choice in favor of your career, but please do not leave your relationship as well. Except for those some of you where your relationship has really brought in so much toxicity in your life that you're not able to focus on anything, even your career. For them, it's a different matter. But for the remaining all of you, try to find out what was it, that one thing that you can bring in, or what is it, that one thing that you can bring it in your relationship right now, so that while you are making a choice in favor of a career, but you can have a balance of both career and love life. In terms of whether this is a time for dating or not, the answer is no. This is not a time to focus on relationships. Unfortunately, I have to give this message, my dear pile, too. This is not a time for you to focus on new relationships. This is a time for you to focus on yourself and your career. Because once you set yourself up in near future, maybe the universe has to present with you good things. And with the bottom of the card, we have, see, we have the ace of cups in the bottom of the card and bottom of the deck. So that means good opportunities, successful opportunities are gonna come your way, but this is not the right time for that. Now just focus on your career and what service can you do to the society using your career. Okay, So that's the message that I have for you, my dear Pile 2 Mystic Souls, and I will see you in my next reading. Till then, I wish you a very happy Diwali ahead. Stay safe, take care, bye bye. Alright, so now we have the final pile for all of those who have chosen this. Pile 3, the Queen of Spades. Let's see what messages I can get for you from today's reading. So, first, we will look into your current situation. Then, we will see what changes and blessings are coming your way, and then what are the guidance for you, what steps should you take, should you date or not. Well, so your current situation, first card is the World, the Knight of Swords. What else can we get? Okay, and the Page of Wands. So we are using tarot cards for today's reading. So now let's see what is your current situation. Okay, so my dear pile 3 Mystic Souls. All right. So recently, perhaps in your relationship, you have had a very toxic time. It's almost like pile 1. So if you feel like some of your messages, like if you have felt like you're also drawn to that pile, you can also go and watch that like that reading as well. So the part is that you have been having a very tough time in your relationship. Maybe there was a lot of toxicity around you. Perhaps some of you have also been victims of domestic abuse. And it is not just that your husband or your significant other was abusing you. It's like almost everyone took you for granted, and everyone thought that you're a weak person, and no matter who they are, everyone can just walk over you like a mat. You had just become like that. But then you got some sort of a communication which, like, wanted to take you away from this kind of toxicity. And the good part about it is that you took it. And now you're seeing the world as your stage. Perhaps it can be like, I just get this picture that some of you may have been in a marital relationship and this marriage was against your wish. Okay. You perhaps wanted to pursue your higher education, but it became very difficult for you. And even if you would have applied um, to any university within your country, it would have still been difficult for you because somehow they would have just tracked you down if you would have left home, and it would have made situations even worse. But secretly, somehow, you mustered that courage, and you also got some great help, and you applied to some foreign institutions with great difficulties, of course. But all your efforts paid off. Even you could interview secretly, and you got selected. Very secretly, with a lot of difficulties and a lot of adventure, my dear Pile 3, you applied for all the formalities like your passport, your visa, everything. And you just went there. And now you have this feeling that I am finally free. I'm finally free from all of those people in my life. Although in the back of your mind, you're still afraid. You're still afraid. Sometimes even it may also be possible that you also have nightmare about these people. It is like you have this inherent fear that what if they find out where I am and they come for me? It's like you do not have the bad news anymore in your life, but you somehow feel that I do expect this bad news to pop up in my life anytime. But the point is that right now, in this current moment, I am free. And you have this amazing sense of free. Like, even while I'm doing this reading, it's like I'm getting deep breaths. It's like when a person is in a very traumatic stage and finally all the difficulties go away, the person just comes to their balcony and they just take a deep, fresh breath of air and feel that, wow, finally it's over. But in your case, it's like while you do this, you're also somewhere thinking that what if this is just the start of a major, major big fight? Is it really over, or is there anything more to begin? But still, you are trying your level best to enjoy this freedom that you have just got in that very moment. Okay, so while there is a bit of sadness, bit of mysterious energy, bit of suspicious energy, but still it's a very good start. Unlike pile 2, I guess I also hope to get really good messages for you. Even pile 2 was good, but let's see. What changes and blessings? Oh my god, your cards are just flying. Just give me a moment, I'll pick. Wow, see? I really love it when the readings resonate like that. It's really great. So first we have the 8 of swords, the king of cups, and I need one more card. Okay. And the 3 of cups. All right. Amazing cards. Now, when I say amazing cards, some of you who perhaps know how to read tarot would be like, why is it so that there is 8 of swords and you're saying amazing? It's because the nightmares, whatever it was that you were having, are finally gonna go away from your life. No matter whatever your fear was, it is gonna completely go away. And I get a very interesting message that someone who is like a king, who has this royal air to themselves, but that person is also somebody who is very grounded, very humble despite his position, and who is who would be very loyal and caring towards you, is gonna come into your life, and he is literally gonna treat you like his queen. So one change that is definitely going to come for you is a new relationship with somebody, and probably this will come to you through a lot of parties and events where you get to meet a lot of new people. So if there is like any invitation for any fest, please go there, because there are high chances that because of all the thrill and enjoyment you have there, you totally finally go away from all the bad memories that you had in your past. It's not easy to forget a lot of things, but still at times in our life we really need to push ourselves into getting out of those bad situations, okay? And there is also high chance that you also meet with your king in such a moment, in such a situation. And do not worry, your king will protect you from the past villain, whoever was there in your life. Okay? So, wow, really some amazing blessings are coming towards you. Some amazing changes are happening for you, my dear pile 3. I'm very happy to be able to finish this today's reading with your pile, because this energy is just amazing, amazing energy. Now let's see what some more messages I can get for you. So one is temperance, some more messages, and guidance on whether you should date or not date, and the remaining things. I thank the universe for giving me these amazing messages, and I thank the universe for helping me do today's reading. Okay, I'll take this card. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. And the Empress. All right. Okay, so some of the guidances, some advices that you need in order to make all these blessings actually a reality into your life, and also on whether you should be dating now or you shouldn't be dating now, is here. What really happens, sometimes in our lives, when we are like in a state of a lot of trouble or trauma, and then suddenly we start getting happiness, suddenly a lot of things start to happen good in our life, and we are away from certain toxicities of the past, Many times we completely lose focus and we are like in a state of extreme excitement and enjoyment. But the point is, you really do not want to attract anything into your life which is like you do some action now and regret it in the future. What I mean by this statement is that, again, I'll go back to my example. Suppose you, after a lot of difficulty, you got into your new university, you met amazing people, you saw that the environment here is just not the way it was, nobody here is repressing you anymore, and you're free to express yourself. You start going to parties, you start hanging out with people, and that becomes the focus of your life now. Okay? Or maybe just because perhaps what happens, sometimes people are like, I have to attract a new relationship, so I need to put myself out there in places where there are a lot of people. You do need to have this King of Cups into your life, but you do not need to literally start going after them. The universe is in its way to put that King of Cups into your life. Okay? Instead, what you should rather be doing, like for instance, you are there on scholarship, and from my personal experience, I know that if you are getting a full ride scholarship in any international university, then you need to maintain a certain CGPA, certain grade. If you do not do that, then your scholarship gets taken away. Okay? And you do not want that to happen in your life. You want to have that scholarship and you need to graduate with real great marks. That would be your achievement. And you also need to train yourself up in skills which you can later on use to get a very good job for yourself, to make a real impact into the world. Or maybe if you're starting out a business for yourself, you need to have the know-hows, the skills on how to do certain things. Okay? So, now is the time where there can be a temptation for you to lose control, but the advice is temperance. That is, you need to focus on where you should check yourself down. Just because you have the freedom doesn't mean that you have to run loose as well. So, this is the first advice for you. The second advice for you is that do not do anything that will take away your monetary support from you. Maybe like you go out and these are some scams which run particularly in some European countries, where people just come up to you and say that I am a businessman or a businesswoman perhaps, and I have a lot of knowledge on finance and I can help you invest your money in great things. You and they also show you some like the way they do their talking and the way they market themselves, it's pretty amazing. And usually people fall into those traps and lose out a huge sum of their hard earned money. So please do not do that. And if, for example, you're on a scholarship, then definitely do not do anything that will bring down your grade, so you have to lose your scholarship and have to worry about money. The guidance is that now focus on yourself and start nurturing yourself. Like maybe you can start that beauty regime that you always wanted to start, like the night care routine for your skin, or maybe something else. Or maybe you can just start on yoga or meditation or do something for your body. Look, every time the focus of exercise is not about losing weight, it is about remaining healthy, because when you are healthy, then this glow, inside glow from you, comes out. Okay, this is what shows and that is what makes you look beautiful. Perhaps you always wanted to explore your fashion sense. That is also something that you can do right now. But when I'm talking about fashion sense, for some people, uh, it is about fashion, they understand shopping. Okay, so please do not spend too much. Like rather than that, try, perhaps some of you had this hobby or you have this skill where you can actually make dresses for yourself. Go to a thrift store. There are a lot of good thrift stores. If you're abroad, like for example, if you're in Europe, there are a lot of thrift stores which are there in Europe, and you can go there and you can get materials and then integrate all of those materials together into an amazing dress that you can wear for yourself. So now is the time to pamper yourself. It is also a time to nurture yourself, to learn new skills, and to keep everything in moderation. Yet you you are doing all of these things so that by the time your King of Cups comes into your life, you are completely ready for a new relationship. Because perhaps now, many of you, because you just ended a toxic relationship, somewhere in the back of your mind, you still have those imagery where you are like, if I am in a relationship, I need to run away because things may turn sour like this. You need to gradually heal and come out of those mindset as well. Otherwise, you're not gonna do justice in your new relationship either. And if you need any help, then here is a point. Maybe that in your life right now you're not having such great friends, but sometimes all you need to do is turn to the universe, turn to the divine, no matter what religion you follow, but turn to the divine and ask for guidance. Wow, it was an amazing reading, and the conclusion was equally amazing as well. I thank the universe for allowing me to do this reading for you, and I thank you, my dear Mystic Souls, who chose this pile too, for turning into this reading. If you love this reading, do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified of my next videos. I will see you in my next reading. Till then, I wish all of you a very happy Diwali. Take care, stay safe, see you again, bye bye.